Hello, I'm Richard Ridge for Broadway World. Laura Osnes, Corey Cott, and Beth Level are back on Broadway in one of this season's most eagerly awaited new musicals, BANDSTAND. And we're here on opening night to celebrate with the company.
Get out of my way. Find somebody else who gives a fig what you say. No, discipline someone other. Last time I checked, you were not other. You know who tells me stop? You know who tells me you don't have what it takes and you will never reach the top? You know who tells me stop? Nobody, nobody, no.
You've made it to Broadway with BANDSTAND. Congratulations. How do you feel tonight?
Really overwhelmed, and our show is about truth, so I'll tell the truth. I'm terribly intimidated. Very intimidated by it all. Yeah.
It was so exciting. It's a highlight unlike anything I've ever experienced. So
You were working with one of the finest director choreographers working in the business, Andy Blankenbuehler. What was it like collaborating with him?
It was extraordinary because I've known Andy for 30 years, literally, back in high school. And so to come full circle like this was just outstanding. And in those 30 years, he's become a mastermind. And I mean that not just in movement and staging, but he forced us to look at every single syllable of word and text. He comes at everything from 360. The way he looks at a move, he looks at a sentence, he looks at a gesture. He asks actors to go to places that honestly we didn't expect him to ask them to go to, and I think the results are on that stage.
yeah, he's the real deal. He's an incredible dramaturg and incredible choreographer, of course, and just knows how to make the text deeper and deeper and richer and mine it for all that's there. So.
What have you enjoyed the most about working on this? Because I think I told you earlier, it's not just theatrically, it dances, it's so cinematic what you do.
You know, it does everything. It's a traditional, big, fat, colorful musical with lots of really great drama, comedy, romance. But for me, I've also just loved the journey because I had to learn a lot to make this. And I had versions of the show that weren't excellent, and we all got better as we went.
Talk about working with your creative team. I mean, they're making their debut as composers, lyricists.
They're making their debut, and I've told the story before. 16 years old, sophomore in high school, I met these guys, and singing all of our favorite hit Broadway songs, and now here we are, like full circle. It's amazing.
And then there's your cast.
It's cast. I mean, I pick a dancer, and I bring them with me, and I make them go from show to show with me because I just love these guys so much, and they're all so great. They're so great.
Welcome to Broadway, gentlemen. I know some of you are making your debuts.
Yep, he and I. Yep, that's right.
So what does tonight mean to all of you guys?
It means the world. It's incredible to experience this with these guys and these brothers, new brothers of mine, and to share the stage with them and to try and make the show as great as it can be.
This is the culmination of 2 years of work on our part. We've all been together the whole time, and I don't have the words to describe how important this night was. It was incredible.
I think the show actually said it best. It's a special occasion, and it's a fulfillment of a vision. It's just been so singularly focused.
You better quote a
right?
lyric.
It's been just remarkable.
I'll quote the show too. We're proud. We're proud to be here, proud of the show, proud of the work we've all done, and proud to stand up here with these fellas.
Yeah.
Really proud, and I've never gone through the pomp and circumstance of all of this, so this is the coolest thing. Thank you for interviewing us, Richard. We're very happy to be here.
You're working with Andy Blankenbuehler.
We can't believe it. We can't believe it. A lot of dancers in this group.
Yeah.
And he made us look, I don't know, did we look cool?
You're one of the coolest guys. Okay, when you took your bow tonight, do you remember what you were thinking?
No.
No?
Just trying to take in the moment. Really. It was so surreal the whole night that by the end of the night, it was just try and take this in and soak it in.
I was thinking, I can't believe how lucky I am to be here right now.
If I grin any wider, the top of my head is going to fall off.
I was thinking, where's the party?
It was great. I don't know. You win. Jeff wins.
I think the story is important. I think the storytelling is brilliant. It's so original and so thrilling to do. I just love this show so much. It's so dear to my heart, and I'm glad to be a part of it.
You play Laura's mama, and you have a gorgeous picture in your dressing room. Tell our audience what that picture is.
Well, we try to find inspiration when we're discovering characters in the script and with the creatives. And I literally found this picture of my mother working it out in 1944 on the street where my dad had been deployed to California. And she was shopping and she was on task and she was coiffed, hose. And I thought, that's June Adams. So I used my mother, Ruby Level, as my inspiration for this. And I have the picture right next to where I put my makeup on. It's really... So she was very pleased tonight, I think, with the show.
She's looking down on you, believe me.
Feel it. I feel it. So every show is for Ruby.
I love the show so much, and I'm so proud of the work that we're doing and the cast. It's just a joy every day, and I'm thrilled that now we're open.
You've had this incredible journey so far on Broadway, but now you've gotten to create your very own role being created for you.
Yeah.
What that means to you.
It's amazing. I've been a part of BANDSTAND for 3.5 years. So to get to see this thing through to opening night on Broadway, I was writing cards for the cast today and just being so emotional. I was really emotional about it. And getting to create this role for the first time, it's based on nothing. I'm the first person to ever play Julia Trojan, and there's something extremely special about that. This is unforgettable.
There's an incredible emotional journey you get to take in this show that you've never gotten to take in, that you never were able to take before.
My character's a war widow. She's gone through loss. She's young and she's trying to figure out how to go on with her life, and she starts having feelings for her husband's best friend. It's very complicated, and they're all trying to heal together and move on, and the music is what helps them do that.
Sharing the stage with Cott and Beth Level.
I love Corey. I love Beth. Like, it doesn't get any better. Corey and I were friends before this whole project began, and we pinch ourselves every day that we actually get to work together. And there's just this level of trust that we can have up there together. We have so many joys on stage that we get to experience and so many sorrows that we get to experience, and knowing that he's like right there with me is just really nice, and we just have so much fun together.
It feels absolutely incredible. Rich, I cannot tell you how thrilled I am to be back. I mean, you never know if you're going to be back on Broadway, and to be back on in something that you believe in and that you love and you're proud of is just a dream. It's a dream.
You are so wonderful in this show.
Thank you.
What's it like living in this world, a bandstand, and this whole world that's been created?
You know, the world is very complex, because we look back on this era and we think of it with nostalgia and the good old days, and those days were just as complex and hard and difficult as they are now. I think it's been fascinating for me to, almost as an archaeologist, to uncover the substance and the difficult things that people don't talk about from that era. But at the same time, I mean, it was a beautiful era. Obviously, the fashion, the way people sang, the way people talked, it was a much different thing. It was much more covered. There was a lot less showing emotion. There was that is all very fascinating for an actor of 2017 to look back at that, almost 100 years ago, and dig through that and find ways to tell that story. So it's this amazing relationship between those two things.
It must be so great to create a role in a brand new musical.
It's a dream. I posted on Instagram today. I said, growing up in high school, when someone would ask me what my dream role is, I would say Fiyero and then Seaweed and Hairspray, which I would never play, obviously. But then I would also say I would love to create my own role someday on Broadway. I would love to be the first person that puts a stamp on a role, that gets to do the cast recording, that it's not compared to anybody else, it's its own thing. And that happened tonight. And I have to tell you, man, I was very, very moved many parts of the show, because the show is obviously emotional, but I made it. I felt like tonight I made it, man. And my 15-year-old self is very proud of me tonight, and I feel that, and I'm proud of myself, and I'm proud of our cast.
No one tells me no.